Honey, she's fine. She's fine.
I have to check her. She's not moving.
Oh boy, everybody.
She's not moving.
What's up, Nuts?
Oh, wow. You pressed record
Yeah.
in this crisis?
So Bethany just sat down on the bed, right where that's her seat for the
Oh, God.
podcast,
She's under the sheet, too. She's playing
and she
with
sat
me.
down on one of our cats. Princess Puss was under the sheet,
Are you okay?
and Bethany's freaking out right now, thinking she killed our cat,
Give me kiss.
and she always does this. She always thinks she kills the cats because they lay with her, and she's worried about
I'm
rolling.
trying to hear her heartbeat.
Okay.
Bethany
Bethany
and Sean.
and Sean.
We are a couple of nuts talking.
There we
Oh,
go.
God. She's moving.
Okay.
She's moving.
Thank God you didn't kill Puss.
You know, every day, at least once a day, I think I kill one of the cats.
Why don't you say that into the microphone so everyone else can hear you?
Wow.
It's a podcast, honey.
Right out the gate. This is how we're starting. I recall us just yesterday driving somewhere and you going, let's listen to the podcast back before we put it up.
Yeah.
And you just all over the microphone except into it.
I get so enthralled with my own voice when we're recording these things. I can't
He
help
starts
but kinda,
whispering like
I can't
this.
help but start talking
So
soft
annoying.
because I sound so fucking sexy.
It's like Joe Rogan does that too, and it drives me nuts.
We don't need to talk about other podcasts. Fuck Joe Rogan.
Okay.
I used to like his.
No, I used to too.
I like his podcast. I like the guests he has. I like the conversations that are had. I can't stand him
Yeah.
anymore. I used to
Yeah.
like him, but he is so full of his fucking self.
Yeah. I am getting, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. Let's not talk about Joe Rogan.
Take that out.
No, but let's talk about fuck him. How about that?
Do you know what
bitch?
the name of our podcast should be Take That Out?
I know,
Because
you always
every
say that.
episode I'm like, just take it out. Well, I don't want to
You
be
want stuff
bad
taken
talking.
out, hon? You start editing this thing.
No, but I want to bad talk anybody. Like, he's killing it.
I love his career. I love his
Yeah.
success. I love all of that. It's well deserved. I honestly have never seen his stand up, but he doesn't appear to be a stand up comedian to me. But I've never seen his stand up, so I don't know.
Well, you know what's interesting is I wasn't like a fan of his stand up. I've only seen him once or twice when we've gone up at the Improv.
Yeah.
Because a lot of his stuff, at least when I saw him, was a long time ago, was like about pot and smoking pot and all that kind of stuff. And it's just
Oh, so he's got the stoner crowd.
he's got stoner crowd and
I might like that then.
and the
There
like.
she is. Hey, baby. She
Okay,
came out
she's
of the
moving
bag.
and she's fine, and the fight crowd. He's and I was not into either of those things, so
Yeah.
it was just like whatever. But I really enjoyed his podcast when
Me
he started
too.
to have like all these different people on and
Me
hearing
too.
different point of views, and I really liked it.
But I felt like I don't know when it happened, but I feel like he's what's that called when they're a plant, when they're
Yeah.
and there's an agenda
Yeah.
behind him. Like he seems
Like
he's
he got us all involved, and now he's kind of gonna
Right.
start shifting. Yeah, I'm
like
feeling
he
the
seemed
shift.
like he was the one, like he wasn't bought by anybody,
Right.
like he didn't have an agenda behind
but the
some of the things
hypocrisy
that he
is
said.
coming out now.
But now I feel like he's bought and paid for, and he
Yeah.
does push certain things.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get into that at all, but
No.
God
We
bless
said
his
we're not going to
success.
talk about this.
I know, but we did anyways.
Take that out.
Not gonna do it. But speaking of bald men,
You
for
know,
some
if they
reason,
ever, if they
this
ever
is what I'm
read-
talking about. So we started.
Oh,
Okay. So here's the thing. I mean, we've talked about
so,
this and noticed it
here's
on
the thing.
the podcast already, and I've called you out on it many a times.
That sounded
talking
like
when
a
I talk, as you're doing right
14-year-old
now,
in
it's
high school
going
going,
and going.
"So,
You have just two
here's
people
the thing."
talking at the same time. I've mentioned it before that you talk when I talk. You just don't let me get any fucking thing out ever. But even now, so we're doing these fun videos when we like to go to the casino every now and again, and we play these slot machines, and we film ourselves doing
yeah,
it.
check it out. It's a couple of nuts.
And there she goes. And so we film ourselves, and I'll be talking about something, and then out of nowhere, I'll be like, yeah, we really love this. And then I push the button, and it's the button that goes. And then she just starts saying things while I'm talking. It's like, let me finish what I'm saying, and then you can chime in too.
I love that you think that you don't do it. I also love that you think that you give all the information that your little head has, and then you start speaking, and only like a quarter of it, the information comes out, and nobody knows what you're talking about.
Let me go right now, just letting you talk.
You're not. You just said something.
Look at me, let you finish your sentence, and then say something afterwards.
This is disturbing.
Speaking of bald men, Joe Rogan, I just had, as I was making my coffee, get down with the sickness, get down with the
Can
sickness.
you bring yourself down in my... You're
No,
just way too
I can't,
loud.
but I was just thinking about Disturbed.
I'm being genuine.
I can't do that.
You're so loud right now.
I was just thinking about the band Disturbed.
Come on, get down with the sickness. What?
It's pretty good. Hold on.
I just asked you
Shit.
to turn yourself down. Stop. It's really loud.
Honey, I can't. Anyways, I was just thinking about the band Disturbed.
Hold on.
I feel
Hold
like
on.
they're-
I want us to go back to Disturbed. But you absolutely can turn us down. There are knobs on everything,
Okay, I can turn
including volume.
but I really like the way that I sound.
Thank you.
So.
Okay.
How's that?
Do you know in the car they're going to fucking get in an accident? They're going to swing left or right,
That's
and
how
the
we
whole
should check
car
our
is going to
levels.
perpendicular hit a wall.
We'll check our levels like that every time. Hey, babe, how's this? Is that good?
He's come down with the sickness, everybody.
God, how about it?
You know
I
that's
feel
a Chicago band. That's like my band.
I feel like they are they're fucking huge.
Can I tell you that when anyone says Disturbed, all I look at in my head is that thing under his lip and his chin. Those
Those
things,
hooks he had
those
under there?
hooks, yeah.
Those fake hooks?
That's all they were fake?
Pretty sure they were magnets.
Oh, that would be even.
They're kind of like, even though they're dope,
I'm going to look it up.
they're kind of posery. Like, they're posers. But
You don't need, if you're the head of a band going,
Yeah.
you don't need anything on your face.
here's the deal. I feel like they're kind of like the Nickelback of the metal world.
Yes, I
But
agree.
that being said,
That means they're good.
they're successful.
and
They're
they're successful,
huge. They're
right.
selling out stadiums. There's a whole new generation of kids that are loving new metal. They kind of fell into the new metal, but I don't know what. There's hard rock, but there's a whole new generation of kids that are loving new metal right now.
I'm going to do a little Mandela effect with you right now because I'm tripping out.
Well, here's the thing.
No, let me ask the question first.
Okay.
How many little silver things did you think were in his face?
Now, I know because I tripped out on this too. He had two things.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Why? What's
Why
that?
you looked recently.
No, I didn't. You thought he had one?
I thought he had one
No.
or three.
No, he had two.
I thought exactly not two.
Yeah. I thought exactly like
And then-
fangs.
And then but they're not even fangs. They're where his goatee goes.
Yeah.
Like not even goatee, just that strap.
It's like a little hot dog goatee. It's like
It's-
those are the buns. The little metal things are the buns, and
Are
his
the
goatee
bun,
is
his
the
goatee's
dog.
a fat ass dog. Why don't they sell the hot dogs like that and the bun small? Why don't they do that? Why do they have so much bun to little dog? Why wouldn't the dog be brat size and then the bun be real skinny?
I don't know.
Wouldn't
babe.
that be great?
That would be great.
Honey, this is
You
our
wanna make a
$1 million
skinny bun?
idea.
Make a
We're gonna
skinny
make a
bun?
skinny bun. Skinny girl, all that shit. Look at what it did for the alcohol market, right?
Yeah.
Honey,
Yeah. Really.
skinny buns.
Skinny
How
buns.
funny is that?
And
we
then
could call them white buns.
and we'll do that, and then we'll do the correct amount of buns per dogs in a bag
Yes.
because you buy a 6-pack of dogs, you get
Those
an 8-pack of
motherfuckers.
buns.
Yes, I hate that. So we would put, what do they have, 8 in there?
I think we talked about this already.
I don't
but yeah, I don't
care.
give a fuck.
It's
Yeah, then
important.
usually you're gonna get yourself a 6-pack of dogs with 8 buns.
No, they have more dogs than 6.
No, not usually. 5 to 6 is usually the unless you go to
Really?
Costco and get a big old fucking Kirkland pack.
Why do I feel like they're
dogs.
4 and then 4 stacked on top of each
No,
other?
you're gonna get 4 and 4 of the buns,
Yeah,
and then you're gonna get 5 to 6 dogs in a pack.
that is the biggest. Because I'm trying not to swear, it's hard for me to talk now.
Why do they do that?
Why? You know why they do that? So you buy more. Because then you got to buy more buns when you run out of hot dogs. Then you got to
you
run more
want to
hot
know
dogs when you
another
run out of
thing?
buns.
You want to know another thing?
What?
These companies that make the dogs don't make the buns.
Right. So but they're still in cahoots.
There's not Oscar Mayer hot dog buns.
No.
What is going on right
But
now?
I bet you they are. If we go back, if we really want
Look
to
it up.
track.
Look it up.
Honey, if we want to track who owns everything, there's 4 people who own everything.
I understand. Okay, so they're like an umbrella company. And
Yes,
they've
of
done this on
course.
purpose because then you have to buy more buns. You got to
I
buy
already
more
said
dogs.
that.
You got to back up a body, yada, bada, bada. Anyways.
Hey.
Ooh,
No, I was going to do that.
I did it, though.
No,
I did it.
was going to do it, and I
did
didn't
it.
want to interrupt him.
I did it.
Stop it. No, look at me right now. I'm serious. Sean
Okay.
Thomas.
Okay.
I was waiting for you to finish your sentence because the whole time I was
The
going.
way you did it, like, rushed it to you. You saw I was going to do it.
Because
and then
I
you did.
knew I wanted to do it.
Oh, we did it together, though, honey.
Oh.
For a couple of
I
nuts.
wanted to
Just
do it. Oh, wow.
There you
Let's go back.
Okay, so I think they're like the Nickelback of the metal world, but they're huge, and they're fantastic. I wasn't a big fan when they first came out. I worked at Hot Topic in 2000. Was my first job out of high school. 2001, I think. Opened up this Hot Topic in the Glendale Galleria over here in Southern California. And it was still a cool shop. There was a lot of goth shit, long like trench coat shit with buckles and very goth bondage looking, but not perverted bondage. Anyway, somebody came in because they were shopping for a Disturbed video shoot. So they bought all the earlier videos you see, all that shit's from Hot Topic, the Hot Topic that I worked at. And it was funny because I didn't know that this was a thing that you did. And this is just a side note to Disturbed. I just thought about it because we're talking about them. They mentioned for some reason that they were going to leave all the tags. They'd made sure everything had tags because they were going to leave the tags intact because they paid like $2,000 for all these silly ass clothes, and they brought them back like 2 weeks later.
Can I just tell you? Because
Hold on a second. I didn't know that you did that in the video shoot world or things.
Oh
like
yeah,
that. They
everything.
bought 'em, and then they just brought them
Everything.
back.
Anything people are shooting, they're buying a whole bunch of clothes, leaving the tags on, or they get a tag machine, the thing that puts the tag back
Yeah.
in. Everyone does it. But listen to this.
I didn't know that. You know,
This is crazy because I was first researching to see if those were real. And even if they weren't real at
the
one
singer
time.
to Disturbed. What's his
Yeah,
name? What's
I don't
his
know.
name? Jeremy
Draymond?
Draymond.
David
David
Draymond?
Draymond. David Draymond. Yeah.
Okay, so listen to what I discovered. So I don't do this to me. See, right now he's
I'm
whacking
listening, honey. Well,
his
the
mic
microphone's not staying
around,
put.
trying to distract me from my
I
train of
want
thought.
my microphone to
And
stay
then
put.
you know what he does?
Just go.
He starts talking again,
Just talk.
and I never get my
Jesus
point out.
Christ, oh my God.
All right, here we go. So David Draymond, the lead singer of Disturbed,
Yeah.
whether they were fake early on in his career, we'll never know.
Yeah.
But now they're real. And he recently took them out. And it's so funny, babe, because you just shared your story, and this is what he said. Why did David Draymond remove his piercings? Well, Draymond said, it just felt weird walking around like a 45-year-old Hot Topic kid. I just felt it was time.
Oh, there you go. There you
Bro.
go. He grew out of his Hot Topic phase.
I mean, the fact that he even had them till he was 44 is crazy. Like, that shit must get in the way and get caught and shit.
Disturbed is an American heavy metal band from Chicago formed in 1994. Wow. It took them about 6 years to
Baby, did you
get
hear that?
success. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Lead vocalist David Draymond and bassist John Moyer. Yada yada. We when I was in a band and we played in Chicago at, I think it was the House of Blues there, and we played, and the band's called Black Light Burns that I was in, which features Wes Borland from Limp Bizkit. He was the singer and guitarist. It was his band. I was a hired gun, but I think it was House of Blues. Anyways, whenever we played certain places, you know, other dudes in bands, bigger bands, would come to see because it was Wes. And I remember we played this show, and he came, David Draymond. I didn't get to meet him. David Draymond came, though, and he had, like, this VIP booth that was all his. It was just like, oh, yeah, that's
One
Draymond's.
guy?
That's Draymond's
Just
up
for
there.
him and his piercings.
He was just sitting up there in the darkness. Like, I don't know how they made his VIP booth so dark, but it was. And he was just sitting in the darkness, just watching us play up there. No reactions to anything. This is when he was, this was like 2005, 2006. So he was like prime fucking dark Draymond. Dark
Okay.
Draymond. Yeah.
Sounds like Mad Men, but in the 2000s.
That's Disturbed.
Draper.
Oh, yeah. I think I wanted to do a song autopsy on one of their songs. That's what I wanted to do. That's
Oh, that's why you brought it up?
Yeah.
Good, because I
So-
was like, why are we doing a whole entire episode
Here we go.
on Disturbed?
Couple of Nuts song autopsy.
It's time for a couple of nuts song autopsy.
Autopsy!
I feel like that could be a Disturbed song.
Yeah.
Don't you
could.
think? That is
Oh
a
my God.
fucking
Should
banger.
we put piercings in our chins?
I think we should.
I think we should. We just need one each because he's got 2.
So we're going to do it Down with the Sickness lyrics. And we're going to, oh, this is a good one.
I got to say, for as many times as I heard this song, and I mean, I've seen them because they're a Chicago band, I never really took note of what he was saying.
Neither
it was
did
just
I.
about
I
a
just knew the
and sickness. Yeah.
So it starts off, I don't think we can play it. Are you allowed to play songs on podcasts? Probably not, huh?
No, we'd have to pay
So it
for
starts off drums, like all tribal, and the guitars start going in.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this is it. This is what he says. Can you feel that? Oh, shit. And then it goes, oh, ah, 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 ah. Oh, ah, 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 ah. Oh, 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 oh. Those are written out.
What if, because we haven't even looked beyond this, what
Yeah.
if those are the best lyrics of the song?
I mean, they might be. We're about to find out.
I mean, there's a reason someone in the producing chamber somewhere was like, maybe we should just fill this with some oohs and ahs.
I'm trying to understand where he is. Can
Yeah.
you feel that? Oh, shit. Ooh, ah, 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 ah.
I'm guessing he means the drum, like how, like the song coming in.
Right.
Like
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
vibe.
Or is it the sickness coming in?
Well, let's find out.
Here we go. First verse.
Drowning deep in my sea of loathing.
Ugh.
Broken your servant I kneel. Baby, do that part.
Will you give in to me?
It seems like...
I thought he said, will you give it to me?
So did I.
He's saying, will you give in to
To
me?
me. It seems what's left of my human side is slowly changing in me.
Will you give in to me?
Looking at my own reflection when suddenly it changes. He goes into it.
It
changes.
Oh, no.
I love that
Where's the oh, no part?
he says it. He goes, oh, no.
Whoa.
Yeah. But what's really funny is like he's supposed to be this dark, maddening creature. But then he's like, oh, no.
You know what, though, baby? I
What?
think he's singing from both. It's him
Oh,
who's
he
not
is.
the dark,
He is.
and then there's the darkness coming
Right,
to
right,
him, calling to him, will you give in to me?
There is no turning back now. You've woken up the demon in me.
In me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness.
Open up
your
the
hate and let it flow into me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness.
Your mother.
Okay, can I sing one? Can I do one and
just
you can
did.
do one? Okay. You mother, get up. And are you down with the sickness? You fucker, get up. Come on, get down with the sickness. Madness is the gift that has been given to me. And then here's the second. That was the chorus. Okay. Yeah. No, Mommy, don't do it again. Don't do it again. I'll be a good boy. I'll be a good boy. I promise. No, Mommy, don't hit me.
Wait a second. What are you reading?
Why did you have to hit me like that, Mommy?
That's not real.
Don't do it. You're hurting me.
What? That's
What?
not the lyrics I have.
Wait a minute. I'm reading the lyrics here.
No. Where are you looking at
Oh,
lyrics?
I'm further down.
I was like, what the hell?
I don't remember. Maybe there's a bridge.
Well, because he says
Whoa.
mother, and I was going to take note of that. I was like, you mother,
Whoa.
get up
Okay.
and get down with the sick. So maybe his mommy was sick.
Well, yeah. So, okay, the next verse. Whoa. That's a little what's coming up. I can see inside you. The sickness is rising. Don't try to deny what you feel. Will you give in to me? It seems that all that was good has died and is decaying in me. Will you give in to me? It seems you're having some trouble in dealing with these changes, living with these changes. Oh, no. The world is a scary place now that you've woken up the demon in me. And then it's the chorus again. Get up, come on, get down with the
Oh, so now
sickness.
you're just going to do it all. Have you noticed? Have you noticed? Now he
it's
just runs
exhausting.
with it.
It's exhausting. I
You're
didn't think we needed to do the
exhausting.
chorus all over again, but we
Well,
can.
you were just about to
Go
start
for
it.
Go for it.
I don't need to, but the
Okay.
part that I wanted to mention is
The
when
one
he
that
says,
I just did.
you mother, get up. Come on, get down with the sickness.
I questioned that too because we listened to the song. I don't think we're allowed to play songs in it. So we listened to it before we did this. And that's actually really fun. That was probably the most fun research we've ever
Mhm.
done for any show yet, was listening to Disturbed, Sit Down with the Sickness.
Both researching that and his claws in his chin.
And David Draymond's face, chin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the mother part was weird to me too. Your mother, get up, come on, get down. He's saying motherfucker, obviously, because the next one is you fucker, get up.
Right, but then I was like, that just doesn't sound hard. You know,
Right?
you mother. Like, it just doesn't sound. It sounds like he doesn't want to swear.
I'll tell you what, though, listening to that song and that beat in the beginning of it, something happened to where my head tilted down and I started looking up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
felt like I was evil all of a sudden.
See, I was going to say that it didn't do anything for me.
Because it's so cookie cutter.
It's so cookie cutter that when he says that opening line, can you feel that?
Yeah.
I was like, no,
It's
actually.
so beyond cheese.
Yeah. And then he's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And then when the other parts come in,
Yeah.
that's where the banger starts.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. Musically, very clean production.
It's like
done there.
overproduced. Yeah.
They mute the guitars so it's evil, and then it opens up on the guitars, and he's real wicked evil. But then is this the bridge here, the no mommy
Yeah.
part? You
Yeah,
want to
and
read
then-
that? Maybe you read
yeah.
that. No, I already read
'Cause
it, but you can read
Is
it.
it disturbing to you? No, mommy, don't do it again. Don't do it again. I'll be a good boy. I'll be a good boy. Is this weird? I do not
I
recall
don't
this
remember any of this.
at all.
And we
Is
just
this
listened
because
to
we've
it.
all been so abused that it just sounds like this is a banger? I like,
Yeah.
banging my head to this.
Yeah.
I'll be a good boy, I promise. No, mommy, don't hit me. Why did you have to hit me like that, mommy? Don't do it. You're hurting me. Why did you have to be such a bitch?
That's such an angsty. He was
Is
like
it?
39 when he wrote this.
Right.
That's such like a 12-year-old fucking
I was going to say, it's like
verse.
the lyrics are not at all, describing or painting a picture. They're just basically like, you're a bitch. You hit me. You did. There's like
Oh.
no mystery. There's no anything to solve.
Baby, it gets better. I'm going to read this one.
Okay.
So after that, he says, why don't you? Oh, yeah. Why? This is the bridge. Why don't you? Why don't you just fuck off and die? Why can't you just fuck off and die? Why can't you just leave here and die?
No, leave me. Leave. Oh, yeah.
Just,
sorry.
yeah, thank you, honey. Never stick your hand in my face again, bitch.
What?
Fuck you. I don't need this shit. You stupid, sadistic, abusive fucking whore. How would you like to see how it feels, mommy? Here it comes. Get ready to die.
It's like-
hold
Hold on.
He does it again.
It's like he took his 7th grade journal after they had a little fight,
Totally did.
and he just wrote down word for word what he wrote back then. Because
Dude's got mommy
none
issues.
of this rhymes. Because he's saying die, die, die. Like, that's it. And then sickness, sickness, sickness. But nothing else rhymes unless he repeats it.
David Draymond's got mommy issues.
Of course he does. Look what he did to his face.
I feel
By
like
the way,
that's rare.
by the way, no.
No. I don't mean like it's rare to have mommy issues. Obviously not. I feel like it's rare for singers to have it and sing about it. It's always about the dad.
The dad. Right. Well, what I'm finding, the more that I do all this work that I do with addicts and stuff, is mommy issues for boys, for men, translate to self-mutilation. Like on the face,
Yeah.
on even like massive amounts of tattoos,
Yeah.
tattooing the face, piercings on the face, piercings anywhere. I am seeing a correlation between when mommy doesn't love you right, we
Yeah.
wreak havoc on our own looks, which is indicative of daughters and moms too.
They were Disturbed's falling into my TikTok feed for a while. They're not there anymore, but there's a lot of kids at their shows.
Yeah, still.
And, still. And, now there's people like our age taking their kids to the shows. So it's like they grew up.
That is Disturbed.
It's very disturbing. But he's got a very good message, like live. He talks about in order to get into the light, you have to go the darkness. There is no light without darkness. And he always does that. And at one point in their concerts, they have chairs up on stage, and they bring up like a kid or something like that, or someone holding a sign, or I'm sure they made the arrangement before the show, but it seems like it's happening just then and there. And there was one kid who went up whose best friend had committed suicide, and he talked about that, and he was very sweet. And then he'll give a long, like, kind of motivational talk, and he'll hug the person, and he lets them hang out on stage when they play the songs. I don't know. When I saw that shit
now
live,
I'm
it's
like all about this.
I absolutely love it. And it's I think he's sober. Maybe not. I don't know. But he went through some stuff definitely. And David Draymond.
Well, David, if you'd like to be on our podcast, we'd love to interview you. You sound like an excellent man.
Yeah, he's rich. He's worth $8 million. It looks like he just got a divorce.
Oh. Maybe she liked his claws in his chin and
he was married to a female wrestler named Lena Yada. Personal struggles.
I love how many syllables you added to wrestler.
She's a wrestler.
Oh, he's married to a wrestler.
Oh, man, I love wrestling. I used to so much, babe. That was my everything in the 90s. We've talked about it,
so stop.
But I can talk about it again.
No, thank you.
Ooh, man.
Well, then I take back my statement of these dads taking their sons to a Disturbed concert.
It's a great message.
Yeah,
he gives
I love
live.
this.
And I'm not familiar with any really of their. I know there are a couple of their. So I went on Spotify for us to listen to it, and the second most listened to Disturbed song is they do a cover of Sound of Silence.
Oh, Sound of Silence. Yeah. Thought it was Blue October.
No.
Isn't that the name of another band?
That's a band.
That's
they don't
another
have a song.
band.
Yeah. They had that. Whoa, we'll do them next time.
Yeah,
Blue
yeah.
October. Yeah, all these bands. Man, we are so lucky to be alive when we are. Man, there's so many young kids I see walking around with like band shirts on, fucking Deftones, stuff like that, who I saw in the 90s, and they weren't even born yet, these kids. And it's crazy because when I was in middle school, I'd wear like a Led Zeppelin shirt or something like that, and I wasn't alive to see Zeppelin. It's just fucking weird time and the way things
Yeah,
go.
but did you know Zeppelin songs when you had the shirt on?
Yeah, of course I
Okay,
did.
yeah, well, just so you know, most of these kids do not know.
I will say this, though. I did wear a Grateful Dead shirt, and I didn't know any of their songs. So I knew Touch of Grey, but I couldn't sing it for you.
You
at
don't
the
know that
time.
I still survive.
Isn't that Touch of Grey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
But
I don't
I-
know them at all.
So guilty because I wore, and actually, I had a Typo Negative shirt when I was in middle school, and I didn't know one Typo Negative song.
It was probably best you didn't know that in high school.
Yeah.
Or middle school, I mean. Sorry.
Yeah. But I remember I got the Grateful Dead shirt on because my neighbor was this older hippie kid, stoner kid who I just looked up to for some reason, and I wanted to wear the shirt. And I remember there was a new kid in school who would wear the shirts too, and I became friends with him. And then he's like, "You don't know any Grateful Dead songs?" I was like, "Oh, it's my dad's shirt." Like I was just saying, I lied to him, saying it was my dad's shirt. And he was like, "Oh, okay." Like I needed his acceptance.
Right. Of course you did. I
actually did that guy really dirty.
Back in the day, I never had a band shirt until I started to go to concerts and buying my own shirts.
Oh, I had so many
And
band
then
shirts.
so I only have experience of wearing bands that I absolutely loved, paid for them myself,
When you went and saw live.
that I went to see live, yeah. So I didn't have that experience. So I think maybe that's why when I see people in shirts and I think to myself, you don't know one song of that band.
I know.
It's
but
just back in the day, that's how we thought. It
I
was
know.
like, it's hard to get out of. But now I'm just like,
that's called gatekeeping now.
no. But now I'm like, yay, advertise for that band.
Right.
It's a great band.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a different feel.
With the TikTok generation, like Deftones, for instance, they completely re-blew up. They never were not big. They've always been big. But they got even bigger now.
They've had an insurge lately, yes,
yeah,
of
oh
course.
God. So you
Yeah.
see kids at their shows, kids wearing their shirts.
You
and
should tell your
merch.
Chino story because it's kind of
Yeah, why
sad.
not? Shit. Okay. So, one of my jobs, I work at a grocery store, an organic grocery store called Erewhon. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Why not? I work there a few days a week. And a lot of people come in there. And Chino Moreno of Deftones has been in there a couple times. And I've seen him a couple times, and I never bugged him because he just doesn't seem like a very approachable person. Flashback to when Deftones' White Pony album came out in 99 or 2000. I went to, they were doing a video shoot at North Hollywood High School over here for the song called Back to School, and they just wanted people to come down and be in it. So I went down there with my Deftones shirt on, and I brought a limited edition Deftones CD for White Pony because I wanted to have the band sign it because they're my favorite band. And it was in between shots, and me and my buddy saw Chino walking with one other guy. So we're like, oh shit, now's the time. So we were like, hey, Chino. And then he started to walk faster away from us. We're like, Chino. And then he started walking. He like almost got into a jog. And we're like, Chino.
And Chino doesn't jog.
Chino, what? No way. Chino. And then finally he like stopped, and you could see he shrugged.
Wow.
And he turned around begrudgingly. He did it. I'll give him that.
Well, you guys were running, and he's not a runner.
Right. And he did it, and he turned around, and he signed the CD. So he did it. He wasn't very sweet about it. I mean, maybe he was going through stuff, whatever. That was my first encounter with them. I played a festival with them, and Wes knew them, but he didn't really talk. Steph, the guitarist, talked to us. He was always really nice. The drummer, Abe, super nice guy. Chi, even nicer. He's dead now, the original bassist. He died in a car crash, but he was like this. He was so sweet. Flash forward to now, many years later, I'm working in this Air One. Chino has a side project called Crosses. And they're coming to town, and Bethany and I have tickets to the show because we fucking love Crosses.
Oh, man.
It's like Depeche Mode meets Deftones. Like, you can't go wrong with that. Chino's in there, and he's looking at some overnight oats in the fridge, and it's the day of the show. And I knew he was coming in. Earlier that day, I said to somebody, I'll bet you Chino's coming in today because they're playing in Hollywood tonight. Sure enough, Chino comes in, and I see him, and I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to go up and say, I'm going to the show
and
tonight.
by the way, he's in your turf.
Right. He's on my grounds.
Yeah.
He's on my grounds. He's on my grounds. He's looking at the overnight oats, kind of hunched over. He's kind of a tall dude. Hunched over, looking at some oats. And I just go up to him like, hey, Chino. And then he just kind of stops, and he's just staring forward at the oats still. Doesn't acknowledge me at all. And I'm like, I'm going to the show at the Palladium tonight,
Oh, I thought he gave you a once-over.
I
okay.
said, I'm going to the show tonight at the Palladium, man. And then he slowly turns to his left, looks me up and down. He's like, right on. I'll see you there. But, like, he looked so annoyed. And the way he says, like, right on.
I'll see you there.
See you there. And then I was like, and then I just responded, looking forward to it, man, with a big old smile on my face. And then I walked, but I felt him still kind of, like, looking me out of his periffs. And that was that. And then he went outside and waited out front for his wife the rest of the time. Oh, and then we did have, because I had to take the plastic shopping baskets back to where they go. And I didn't even see him, but he just so happened to be walking in the door as I was walking past the door to take the baskets. So he had to kind of stop. And I saw him out of the corner of my eye, so I didn't really acknowledge him that time. But I wonder if he was thinking. Because also, so the last time he came in, there was this other kid that worked there that was a big fan of his. And I guess he went up to him and same thing I did, and they talked for a minute. And then the kid was at a gas station later that night, and Chino was at this gas station. And Chino saw him, and Chino went up to him and said, are you following me, man? He thought that the kid was following him. So he went up to him. I don't know. The guy that's got resting bitch face, he looks, maybe he's going through some shit, midlife crisis. I love his band. I love his voice, his lyrics or whatever. My favorite band nonetheless. I'm going to still listen to your music, Chino. We're still probably going to go see you live.
I will say this. That day of the Crosses show, when he couldn't really give him time of day and was like, yeah, see you there. Sean came home and told me the story. We both were like, I'm not going.
We're selling the tickets.
So
I put the tickets
I don't
want to
support that.
Yeah.
Look, you did nothing wrong. You fucking, I did it.
Yeah.
I said the
F
word.
Honey. It's your passion about
But you
this.
work there.
I know.
And you are telling somebody, you're my favorite band. I am supporting you.
I
I work here, okay?
Yeah.
I work here, and I use the money that I'm getting, which is, not a lot an hour, buddy.
Right.
And these tickets
So
are
give
at
to you.
least... Yeah.
To give to
and
you.
then to do that.
Yeah.
And he has no idea that you guys played on the same stage. And because Sean won't say anything.
I don't
right?
talk about that stuff. Yeah.
But stuff like that. And then for him to treat you that way. Amongst other things we're not adding. But I was like, I'm not supporting him anymore.
Yes.
Like, I'll listen to it once in a while. But like, once somebody does that, I'm over it. In fact, I used to work at a lot of music venues. And I loved certain bands. And I worked hospitality, which means I worked one-on-ones with the band. They'd come in, and I made sure that they had everything they wanted. So I had to deal with them a lot. And let me tell you, there were some bands that I absolutely loved, and then I met them, and I was like, never listening to you again.
Yeah.
You're an awful person.
So weird.
And I don't mean it in a judgy way. I mean, the way they treated others and the way they treated even people in their band or whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of how they treated me, just all that. Like it
You
all.
want to name one?
That was icky.
Name one in particular.
Well, if I name this one, which is huge.
I just called fucking Chino fucking M out from Deftones. What up, son? Let's fight.
Well, I mean, okay, Billy Corgan.
Billy Corgan. Night to night. Another one of my favorite bands.
Mine
Top
too.
5 favorite bands.
Mine too, but I have to tell you, I stopped listening to him for like 10 years.
I bet.
Because I was like, you're an a-hole.
He gives me scummy vibes.
Man.
He's a known asshole though. Like he's talked about it. I've seen interviews
well, he
with
must
him.
have done it lately because back then
Yeah.
he was, I mean, his shit didn't
He's
stink.
accountable for the breakup of Pumpkins. He's accountable for why nobody wanted to play for him because he was such a douchebag to record labels, to his bandmates.
Yeah.
But you actually interacted with him and you felt the wrath.
Oh, yeah.
I told you.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
No, what? You told me
My
what?
buddy, Billy,
Different Billy.
another Billy, who was a guitar tech for them at one point, and he told me his story because they were looking for a new guitarist, and Billy's a guitarist. And I said, dude, hit up Billy, play for him. He's like, never. I will never play for Billy because he held on to a grudge for something that my Billy didn't even do. It was a big miscommunication. And then Corgan turned people against my Billy and whatever. It was,
You want me to tell you another one?
yeah.
Courtney.
Courtney Love.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
And
a given. I mean, she's a murderer.
she's gross.
Piece of shit.
And she also was still with Kurt and was screwing somebody from
Twiggy
Manson.
or Billy?
It was Twiggy.
Jordy.
Well, she screwed both of them.
That's a
but it
well-known.
was
It's known. It's a known thing.
yeah, but back then, honey, it wasn't about being like well known. It was just like right before my eyes, and you're talking about somebody who was with Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God, you atrocious bitch.
Yeah.
Like you have someone at home who is so I'm not even gonna get started.
Yeah. We love Kurt Cobain a lot here.
And
couple of
to
nuts
watch
talking.
that in front of me when I was a kid, it was just like, oh God,
It's hard.
this is not okay.
I
But
get it.
anyways, yeah, so I stopped. And by the way, Kurt wrote all those songs. So
know
it's
that.
hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to not listen to them. But then when I think about her and hearing her voice and everything she's gotten from all of this
Yeah.
and her agenda in it all.
You
but-
got to separate the artist from the, what you just got to do that sometimes.
Yeah, I don't want to give her a dime, though.
I
I
haven't
don't want to give her a
listened to-
spin. I
yeah.
don't want to give her anything.
I haven't listened to Hole in a long time, but I really did love that Live Through This album.
Oh, God, that album is her only album, but that's good. But, like,
yeah.
it's sad. It's just sad.
Oh, boy. All right, Nuts. ACON podcast at, holy shit. We're on Instagram, ACON podcast, Facebook. Look it up. And,
TikTok.
be sure to subscribe to this so you can get updated with new episodes. Share it with
Follow,
a friend.
share,
Follow
like it,
us.
give us reviews.
We love doing this.
Comment stuff and tell us what you're liking or not. We have so many different segments. So if you heard a segment you haven't heard in a while, let us know what you think. If you want a song or a certain band,
Yeah.
let us know. We'll do a song autopsy about it. Because, yeah, we do really obscure stuff. Like, I feel like Disturbed doing that song. But randomly, Sean and I just sat down and was like, let's do a podcast. And we started talking about Disturbed. And
Yeah.
it just turned into it. We don't
That's
plan.
not obscure, honey. That song has almost
Oh,
a
no,
billion
I
streams.
don't mean obscure like the music is obscure. I mean, like, it just came out of our brain.
Yeah.
I guess I used the wrong word, but.
Oh, my God. And thanks to everybody that listened. We just looked at our listeners. You see it down there in Australia. He's stuck with us
What?
after all
Good
this
day, mate.
time. Aussies.
I have a great.
They might even not even be Australian. They might be Americans in Australia.
In Australia. Yeah, because we don't know how we got there. We're excited about it.
Yeah. We're all over the world, honey.
Nice.
We've got people listening all over the world, and we say what's up, and we love you nuts. Thank you so much for being our nuts.
Yeah. Stay nutty, everybody.
Bye for now.
Kim says.
Kim says.
Bethany
Bethany
and Sean.
and Sean.
We are a couple of nuts. Talk